Coach, you talked a little bit about how you, the way you were received yesterday at the airport and here at the football complex. Have you ever experienced anything like that before, and did that solidify that you made the right choice?
Well, it certainly was. There was a lot of positive self-gratification for me to know that the people here appreciated the fact that I was going to be the coach here. You know, when I went to LSU, I was at Michigan State. Nobody really knew much about me then. And there was the equipment man, Jimmy over here, and me. That's it. That's who met the plane. So there was a lot more enthusiasm and energy out there yesterday, and was certainly welcome, and we appreciate it. And I want the people that came out there and do that to know that we appreciate it. There's a lot in the back.
Coach, you talked a little bit about your staff. Melissa Lee, ABC 3340 from Birmingham. You talked a little bit about your staff. A lot of rumors, even though you've been named the head coach, that rumor's done. But some of the rumors out there are that Jimbo Fisher might return and once again be on your staff. Will he be on your staff once again, or possibly Coach Trickett?
Well, there's a lot of coaches out there that have coached with me before that we would be interested in having on our staff here. That have a track record of being successful in whatever their responsibility has been. You know, Jimbo's certainly one of those guys, but I am not going to specifically comment because the circumstances that they're in right now in their jobs that would jeopardize a protocol that we would need to go through professionally to make it happen with any coach that we were interested in. So I'm not going to make specific comments to individuals. When we hire somebody, we'll let you know. We'll announce it so you'll know first.
Coach Saban, Kerry Clark, Commercial Dispatch. Could you go over quickly the type of offense you plan to run, the type of defense you plan to run here?
Well, first of all, being a defensive guy, we've always run the same scheme on defense. I don't think that getting technically into it anybody would understand, but we play a 3-4 over and under, aggressive style, a lot of pressure, a lot of blitzing. A lot of man-to-man coverage in the secondary, try to play post coverage. You know, when I went to LSU, the first time they had a single bells group there, which was the women's quarterback club. And the first time I went to address that group, they were asking questions like this: what kind of offense, what kind of defense, and all that. But the first question, there was a lady that was about 70 years old. She was about this high. She was all the way in the back of the room. Reminded me of my grandmother. And I'm thinking these ladies are going to ask me questions like, does anybody bake cookies for the guys on Thursday night before the game? And this little lady gets up and she says, are we going to get up and play any close coverage on these people, or are we going to be off and catch the ball in front like I've been seeing around here for the last I said, we're in the right spot here now. We're getting coached up on the secondary. So, but that's the style we'd like to play on defense. Offensively, you know, we've always wanted to have balance in the offense. I think it's important to stop the run when you're playing defense, but I also think it's important to be able to run the football effectively, dominate the line of scrimmage, but having balance and being able to make explosive plays. Passing efficiency, really important on third down. It's really important in making explosive plays. Explosive plays are important in scoring points. So those are all things that we want to try to create here in terms of the balance that we have on offense, running and throwing the football. I also think it's very important that you use the players that you have. You utilize the players that you have. You know, I hate to start telling stories up here, but you know, you get me wound up. But you know, when I was in high school in West Virginia, we played Masontown Valley. I was a sophomore, 15 years old, played quarterback, and we were playing at Masontown Valley. School was here, you had to walk through the graveyard, the lights were bad, you get to the field, you go play, and we're both 3rd and 5th in the state, so whoever wins the game gets into the playoffs. In those days, only the top 2 teams got in. So we get behind 18-0, walk through the graveyard, go in at halftime, come out through the graveyard, we get 18-12, we got a minute 27 to go in the game, and we get the ball back. Coach Skinner doesn't call any plays. I call every play. He made Coach of the Year 8 years. And I call every play as a 15-year-old high school kid. So we get down to 4th and 12 at the 25-yard line. One timeout left, we take it, and everybody in the town where I grew up is at the game. Every guy, every person. Last guy turned the lights out. to go to the game. I'm saying, thank goodness Coach Keener is going to call this play, because then I won't get blamed for calling the wrong play. So I say, Coach, what do you want to run here? He says, what do you think? I said, I think you should call this one. Last play of the game. And he says, I tell you what, he said, you got a 3-time All-State split end out there, and you got the left halfback's the fastest guy in the state. He says, I don't care what play you call, just make sure one of those two guys get the ball. So I called 26 crossbar pass. Threw it to the left halfback, faked it to him, to the close corner of the X, 25-yard touchdown, and we won the game 19-18. But after the game, he told me this. He says, it really doesn't make any difference what plays you call sometimes. It's what players you have doing it. So I remember that.